Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here with another extravagant few minutes live here on 12 Ounce Sports, of course, on our YouTube channel. 12 Ounce Sports, where we invite you to be a subscriber to our network, as you can get all of our great programming, including you can be a member as well by watching us on our smart TV channel on Roku. That's 12 Ounce Sports. Hey, it's day one of the 2025 ACHA National Tournament. Men's Division I takes center stage. We've got 8 games on the docket as the top 8 teams get a bye for the opening round, and then they get to play winners of today's game. So let's get right to the schedule of today's games. It's Delaware taking on Grand Canyon at 10:15 local time, and then, of course, Oswego State and Indiana Tech are going to do battle at 10:45. Those are the first matchups. John Carroll making an appearance in the national tournament for the first time in a while. They're going to take on Calvin. Third straight trip to the Nationals for Calvin at D1. Also in action today on Men's Division I, it's going to be Pittsburgh. They're looking to make it a little bit further than they did last year. They did a good run, but they want to take that next step. They're going to take on the University of Mary. That's going to be at 1:45 local time. 4:45 local time this afternoon. All games are Central Time on Flow Hockey, by the way, live. Northwood University, they're making their first trip to the national tournament at the D1 level. They've had a great season so far. They're going to take on John Hogan's Maryville University team. That's going to be a dandy matchup, one of the marquee matchups here this afternoon. Oklahoma is going to take on Arizona at 5 o'clock as well. And then Westchester, they're back in the national tournament. They're going to take on another first-time participant, that being Drury, their first time in Division I, first year in Division I. Coach Law's team looking to make some noise here this year. That's at 8 o'clock local time. And then Purdue Northwest, Coach Carl Trozine's team, at 8:15, they're going to take on Midland, and that's going to be a dandy matchup as well. So brackets as of day one, let's take a look at that. Purdue Northwest, we talked about them. They're going to take on Midland. That's 16 versus 17. The winner of that gets the number 1 seed, that being Minot State. And then Drury, the 9 and 24 matchup against Westchester. They're going to take on Utah. They're the 8th seed. And then it's going to be Arizona and Oklahoma against number 2 UNLV. The winner of that gets UNLV. And then Maryville is going to take on Northwood, as we mentioned. The winner of that game gets Niagara. They're the 7th seed. On the other side of the bracket, today's matchup between Mary and Pitt. The winner of that gets Ohio. And then Oswego and Calvin and John Carroll. The winner of that gets Adrian. An interesting storyline there. Should Calvin win this afternoon, this will be the 3rd straight trip to the second round to take on Adrian. Oswego and Indiana Tech, the opening matchup here this afternoon, or the 10:30 matchup local time. The winner of that gets Liberty. And then finally, Grand Canyon and Delaware, they're opening up the tournament here this morning. They're going to take the winner of that's going to take on Jamestown in the second round. So some of the matchups, again, so the winners, as we mentioned, Liberty's game is going to be on Friday, along with Ohio, Nevada, Las Vegas, and Minot. And then on Saturday, the other 4 games in the second round, it's going to be Jamestown, Adrian College, Niagara, and the University of Utah. They get their winners. They get their bye to their first matchup on Saturday. So, yeah, some great matchups coming up in the opening round. We've talked about it enough. The road to St. Louis is here. We've reached the end. We're now here for the 2025 National Tournament. All 5 teams that won last year are back to defend their crown. Indiana in Division II, we talked about it earlier in the week. They made it to St. Louis. They had to go through regionals to do it. Seems like that's the MO for them, as they're going to get an opening round matchup against probably the top seeded team in Division II, that being Lindenwood. But that's tomorrow. Here today is all D1 for the men. The defending champs, Adrian College, they're going to look to see who they play on Saturday, as they're going to play the winner, again, as I mentioned, of Calvin and John Carroll. But again, those matchups today, let's look at them one more time. Delaware and Grand Canyon, they're going to kick things off at 10:15. Oswego State and Indiana Tech at 10:30. Then Calvin and John Carroll at 1:30, along with Mary and Pittsburgh at 1:45. And then this afternoon, into the early evening, it's going to be Maryville and Northwood. Interesting matchup there, as we mentioned. Northwood, a first-time participant. Jordan Cooper's team winning the Great Lakes Collegiate Hockey Conference. So they've get a trip against Maryville at 4:45. Oklahoma and Arizona, they're going to do battle again at 5. The winner of that gets UNLV. Arizona has seen UNLV a couple of times this year, should they win. And Drury, as we mentioned, against Westchester at 8 o'clock. Midland and Purdue Northwest. That's the nightcap at 8:15. So 8 games here this afternoon for D1 of the 2025 National Tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're here in the area in St. Louis, stop on by, say hi. We got some great hockey coming up the next 13 days. Men's Division I, center stage today. Then tomorrow, Men's Division II will kick off along with day 2 of the Men's Division I tournament. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of great hockey. This is all about. We talked about it on the ACHA Power Play all year since September, but D1 is underway here at 10:15 local time. All right, that's going to do it. It's kind of an intro for what to expect. Join us tomorrow, same time. We'll have a recap of the day 1 events. We'll give you the scores, the highlights, who are the leading scorers, you name it. We're going to have all of that tomorrow. But today is just kind of introducing you to the national tournament again. D1 takes center stage, the 2025 ACHA National Tournament, live on Flow Sports, Flow Hockey TV. If you're not in the St. Louis area, we invite you to check it out because, again, indeed, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a great, great tournament. 3 divisions of the men, 2 of the women throughout this tournament from now March 13th through the 25th. All right, that's going to do it. Thank you for welcoming me into your homes, on your computers, however you watch me around the world here on 12 Ounce Sports. Captain Lou saying keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open. So long, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.